So I'm using my Java programming book for a bypass on my bed. So I'm going to discuss differentiation of a function that is this. Okay, so this is where z could be related to a function of y. Z equals x plus y. Okay, and I actually like to put a little cross through my z's, so you can deal with that. Yeah, we can say that we'll set the sequence here. It doesn't matter. Okay, so z is a function of x and y. We make it's possible to solve z in terms of x and y. Even though you have no intention of doing so, it's extraordinarily difficult to do so. But you can find the function for the total differential. And the function for the total differential, which would be d of z, is simply equal to the partial derivative of z with respect of x dx plus the partial derivative z with respect to y. So that's the formula. But yeah,
what are you doing, Dad?
It can also be said though that f is equal to 0. So therefore, this could also be said.
Now listen up. I want us ready to go to news team coverage as soon as this Seinfeld ends. Miguel, you'll leave with Rhoda Herb. We'll be here in the studio. We need all hands on this one, people.
Where do you want me?
You can head home.
That could also be said because up here, it set that to 0. So it could simply just be simply be said that.
You went to school in?
No, Dad. Jimmy Bearden scared me and I peed myself, so they gave me lost and found pants. Are you happy?
No. What happened?
You know that little
And
bear belt in the cafeteria?
in relation to that.
Tray? He was on it.
Trust, Bobby. We're gonna fix your problem for good.
That can also be stated. So let's take we'll take an example here because this is pretty meaningless if you don't understand what I'm saying. So let's say that e to the x y. I'm gonna go through this in my we'll do cosine z plus e to the negative x. Yeah, x z. Do I want to do? Yeah. Sine y plus e y z cosine x.
That's not the Nancy I know. When are you going to learn that the real doctor
So,
is in you?
pretty simple.
And that if you want to keep your job,
Okay.
you have to do everything.
And we can say that this is f
What do you mean? Kill her?
x
No.
y
Use the
z.
plan to kill her? No.
So there's our equation.
Wait for them to
That
bring you
seems
to you.
pretty
You
messy.
have to go out and find it.
So
They'll cover the
all we
phone
have to
and
do
force the
is we're gonna
students
ignore
to
this entirely. We're gonna set the f x y z to that. So now what we need to do is we need to find the partial derivative of these with respect to everything. So in this case, partial derivative with respect to x would be.
He said he was going outside. I'm sorry, Mr. Hill. He does the same thing to me. I can't help you.
Okay, this would be y e. I have not done this in a long time. Cosine of z minus z e to the negative x z sine y minus e y z sine x y z.
Get stopped. Nancy, you work here. I'm looking for directions. And Peggy, you're my shop.
And now we find it with respect to y, and it should just be x e x y cosine z plus e x z cosine y plus z e y z cosine x.
Hola, senor. I am Miguel Hernandez.
And now
Here to cover
find it with
some
respect to
radio
z
news.
finally,
Well, you know the drill.
and we get
Stay in the media area.
negative e x y sine of z minus x e x z sine y plus y e y z cosine x.
They won't. You cannot give up now. We are Rescola Band.
Y, Z,
We have got more
cosine
initiative. We are better than this.
X.
Yeah. you
Now,
can barely
if we
see
relate
the
this
fire.
formula
Let's
up
go where
here
you
to the
can
top
hardly
one,
see
it's
here from the
pretty
fire.
simple to find the
Drive up Gotcha.
partial derivative with respect to z of the partial derivative of z with respect to x. Then flip this page over, right on here. I have a pretty good memory, so
We'll be in the
partial derivative of z with respect to x is equal to negative y e x y cosine z minus z e negative x z
So excited. They said I was just a flash in the pan. Well, now I'm in the pan, Doug. I'm in the
minus
pan.
b y z
We'll get your job.
sine of
At least something good will come of this.
y.
It's like smoking every cigarette I've ever smoked all at once.
It's a y up there over a negative. So this whole function here is negative, and this is over a negative e
Disaster brings out the best in everyone.
x y sine
Come on, let's get rocket.
z minus
That tree's on
x
fire.
e
Nancy, go. Go stand in front of it.
x z. That's an x e x z sine y plus y e y z. It's y e
This is
z
Nancy Hicks Grill reporting live from
cosine
the scene of the Howard wildfire.
x.
Tonight's
It better be.
yes.
So that's with respect to x. One with is simply, and in this case though, it doesn't matter. If you don't understand, I'm not gonna rewrite it out, but that's how you do that. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's just a fun little video, kind of explaining how you would do a function such as that.